Okay, so we can recall the points that we learned in the last class. Okay, did you read the portion? Tell me. Please respond. What happened to all? Last year, yeah, last year all responded well. And this year, hmm? Okay. So I want to inform you one thing. In this year, you just not only focused on not, but also you should read the textbook. Okay, because you have to attend board exam. So along with notes, all of you should read text. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Then Karthik, Shania, Alna, Sania, Arun. Okay, fine. Then Gauri, please unmute. Can you tell me what all observations helps us to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place? Tell me.
Change in color,
Change in color,
evolution of gas,
evolution of gas,
change in temperature,
change in temperature,
formation of precipitate.
formation of precipitate. So, these are the main observations that helps us to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place. I will repeat it once again. Change in state, change in color, change in temperature, evolution of gas, then formation of precipitate. Okay, is this clear? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Then Said, Said. Said, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Emrin, please unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What do you observe when magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide? What do you observe there?
When we burn magnesium, we get to see a dazzling flame
Yeah,
and
white
white ash.
dazzling flame. Then,
And white ash is
very good. White ash also obtained. So this white ash is known as magnesium oxide, right? In your textbook, there is activity 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. You can write the observation there. Okay, for activity 1.1, you can write the same answer. Clear? What do you observe when magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide? Then Abin,
Ma'am.
tell me what all changes occurs when zinc reacts with sulfuric acid? What all changes you can observe?
Evolution of gas,
Evolution of gas. Which gas is evolved there?
hydrogen,
Hydrogen. Very good. Then what about the next change?
change in temperature.
Very good, very good. Change in temperature. So these are the two changes that happen when zinc reacts with sulfuric acid. Okay. Then Karthik, unmute. Okay. What happens when potassium iodide is added to lead nitrate solution?
Ma'am, its color changes.
Which color?
Yellow.
Yellow. And is it a solution? Is it a solution? Is it soluble in water or insoluble?
No.
Insoluble, right? So it is
Yes.
known as
Insoluble solution.
there is a term for that.
Precipitate.
Very good. Precipitate. So a yellow precipitate is formed when potassium iodide is added to lead nitrate solution. This is the answer for activity 1.2. Okay. So an yellow precipitate is formed. So I'm repeating it once again. Change in state, change in color, change in temperature, evolution of gas, Then formation of precipitate. These 5 are the main observations that helps to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place. So all these activities are examples of chemical changes or chemical reactions. Clear? So what do you mean by a chemical reaction? Can you define a chemical reaction? Srihari, can you define a chemical reaction?
Ma'am, it's when a substance reacts with another and
Hmm.
form a new substance.
Okay, is it a physical change or chemical change?
Chemical change.
Chemical change. So you have to write chemical reaction is a chemical change in which reactants transform to products. Okay, you have to write down chemical reactions are chemical changes in which reactants transform to products either by bond making or bond breaking. Sometimes bond making happens, sometimes bond breaks. Clear? So you have to write chemical reactions are chemical changes. All of you switch on your videos, please. Chemical reactions are chemical changes in which reactants transform to products. Reactants transform to products either by bond making or bond breaking.
Transforms to
Products either by bond making or bond breaking. So in this chapter, the name of the chapter itself, chemical reactions and equations. Okay, chemical reactions and equations. So can you tell me what do you mean by a reactant? What do you mean by a reactant? Anybody?
The substance that undergone chemical change in reaction are known as reactant.
Very good. Substance that undergoes a chemical change in reaction are called reactants. Okay. Substance that undergoes a chemical change in reaction are called reactants. Then what about products? Minha, what about products?
The new substance formed during the reaction is known as product.
Okay. The new substance formed during the reaction is the product. Right? Then how can we convert a long sentence of reaction into a simpler way? Anybody?
Through chemical
But use
equations.
chemical equations.
Ma'am, in words,
Yeah, word equations. We can write it in word equation. So tell me, what's a word equation when magnesium reacts in air to form magnesium oxide? What's the word equation of this particular reaction? Tell me the word equation of this reaction.
magnesium plus
Mg plus
oxygen
O2.
produces magnesium oxide.
Very good. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. That arrow mark, it indicates gives or giving. Clear? Just wait. Just wait. Now is the screen visible? Children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in this word equation, this arrow mark, it indicates gives or giving. Okay? Gives or giving. Clear? And which are the reactants in this reaction? Which are the reactants?
Magnesium and oxygen.
Okay, magnesium and oxygen. These are the reactants. because they undergoes the chemical change during a reaction. What about the product?
Magnesium
Magnesium.
oxide, sir.
Yeah, magnesium oxide is the product. Clear? So the left hand side of the equation consists of reactants and the right hand side consists of product. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, so the substance that undergoes chemical change in the reaction are reactants. The new substance formed during the reaction is the product. These all things we discussed in the last class itself, right? Okay. So I think now everyone join. So let me take your attendance and after that we can continue the class. Anthony Maxi. Anthony Maxi. Please switch on your video. Devasena. Amarin.
Present, ma'am.
Karthik.
Present, ma'am.
Switch on your video. Elsa.
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi, I will show it once again after taking attendance, okay? Sovel. Sovel. Adulya. Adulya.
Present, ma'am.
Elna Rose.
Present, ma'am.
Then Arun Bhaskar. Arun.
Present, ma'am.
Swadi Krishna.
Present, ma'am.
Dominic Anthony.
Present, ma'am.
Gautam. Okay, Gauri.
Present, ma'am.
Jaslyn.
Present, ma'am.
Justin.
Present, ma'am.
Bastin.
Present, ma'am.
Srihari.
Present, ma'am.
Shania.
Present, ma'am.
Kshetra.
Present, ma'am.
Melita. Melita. Sean Joseph.
Present, ma'am.
Minha.
Present, ma'am.
Joel Tom. Anjali Priya. Sania. Sriram.
Present, ma'am.
Ananda Krishna. Said.
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi.
Present, ma'am.
Geraldine.
Present, ma'am.
Revu. Abin. Yeah, Sania. I mark you as present. Abin.
Present, ma'am.
Ashik. Ashik.
Present, ma'am.
Ahlam Fatima.
Present, ma'am.
Fagat.
Present, ma'am.
So absentees Ananda Krishna, then Melita, Joel Tom, right?
Ma'am.
Very happy to see Melita is here. Okay. I'm very happy to see you all in one frame. This is very rare in the previous year, right?
Yes,
Hmm?
ma'am.
Yeah, yes. Then we can move to the topic. Lakshmi, which slide do you want to see? This one? Lakshmi Nanda?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. And inform me whenever you complete. So this is the word equation. When magnesium ribbon is burned in oxygen, it gets converted to magnesium oxide. And that white ash obtained, that is the magnesium oxide. So the simplest way to write a chemical reaction, it is the word equation. And its left hand side consists of reactants and the right hand side consists of products. Ashik, switch on your video. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Complete. Okay. Okay. So we discussed about word equation, right? Then we can write this chemical reaction in shorter way, very shorter way to represent a chemical reaction. It is in the form of chemical equation. It's in the form of chemical equation. Clear? So in the last year, we studied symbols of different elements, then chemical, how to write a chemical formula, right? Did you remember that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So we can apply both these symbols of different elements and the chemical formula in this chemical equation. In this way, we are going to write a chemical equation. Clear? Instead of elements, we can write the symbols, and instead of compounds, we can write the chemical formula. So tell me, what's the chemical formula of water?
H2O.
H2O. What about ammonia? Ammonia,
NH3.
NH3. Then what about magnesium oxide?
MgO.
Okay, MgO. So we are going to write the chemical formula or the chemical equation for this reaction. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. So instead of magnesium, we are going to write the symbol of magnesium, that is Mg. Symbol of magnesium, Mg. The next one, oxygen, right? What is the symbol of oxygen?
O2.
Simply the symbol of oxygen is O,
O.
but oxygen always exists as a diatomic molecule. Oxygen always exists in the form of a molecule. We learned atomicity, right? What about the atomicity of oxygen? Atomicity of oxygen?
Ma'am is diatomic.
Diatomic. That means how many oxygen atoms?
2 oxygen
Two.
atoms.
That's why it always exists as O2. Okay? O2. It gives. I told you this arrow mark indicates gives. So when you read this chemical reactions, you should read like this. Magnesium plus oxygen gives. Okay? And the head of this arrow mark indicates to the product. Always the head of this arrow mark indicates the product. And it always indicates the direction of the reaction. That means these reactants give particular products. Clear? Then what about the chemical formula of magnesium oxide? MgO. So this is the chemical equation of the particular reaction when magnesium burns in air to form magnesium oxide. Mg plus O2 giving MgO. Clear? This is clear? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then look at this equation and tell me the number of atoms of elements present on both sides of this arrow is equal or not? Tell me. The number of atoms of elements present on the both sides of arrow is equal or not? What about magnesium? Tell me. The reactant side, how many magnesium atoms?
1.
1. What about product?
1.
1. Then in the case of oxygen, how many oxygen atoms are there in reactants?
2.
2.
It's 2, right? Then what about product?
1.
1. So in this particular reaction, the number of atoms of elements on the reactants is not equal to the number of atoms of elements on the product. Clear? Because in the case of magnesium, it's okay. Only one magnesium atom here. In the product side also, one magnesium atom. But in the case of oxygen, in reactant side, 2 oxygen atom, and the product side, only 1 oxygen atom. So the number of atoms of elements present on right hand side is not equal to left hand side. This one is the left hand side, right? LHS, left hand side. And this is the right hand side. Reactants in the left hand side and the product in the right hand side. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Clear? Okay. So in this particular reaction, the number of atoms of each element on the left hand side and right hand side of arrow are not same. Okay. Not in every reaction, but in this reaction, the number of atoms of each element on the left hand side and right hand side of arrow are not same. So the equation is unbalanced. It is not balanced, right? In the right hand side, it is 2 oxygen atoms, but in the left hand side, it's just in the left hand side, 2 oxygen atom, and in the right hand side, only 1 oxygen atom. So the equation is not balanced. That means equation is unbalanced because mass is not the same on both sides of the equation. Mg plus O2 giving MgO. So in the left hand side of this equation, 2 oxygen atom, right hand side of this equation, only 1 oxygen atom. So the equation is unbalanced because mass is not same on both sides of the equation. Such type of unbalanced chemical equation is known as skeletal chemical equation. Clear? Such type of unbalanced chemical equation, it is known as skeletal chemical equation. This is clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Anjali Priya? Unmute. Okay. Tell me how many magnesium atoms are there in the left hand side of this equation?
1.
1. Then what about right hand side?
1.
1. Then how many oxygen atoms are there in the left hand side of this equation?
2.
2. And what about right hand side?
1.
1. So the number of atoms of each element, not only one element, each element on the left hand side and right hand side are not same, then the equation is unbalanced. Clear? And this type of unbalanced chemical equation, otherwise known as skeletal chemical equation. Otherwise known as skeletal chemical equation. Clear? This is clear for everyone? Okay. Then Elna Rose, Milita, Karthik, Sriram, Fagat, Anthony, Maxis, switch on your videos. Then I'm going to recall certain points that we learned in the previous year. Okay. So, Tania, please unmute. On here. Is there any issue with your device? Okay, you may check your device. Sean, please unmute. Which are the 2 laws of chemical combination? Tell me, which are the 2 laws of chemical combination? There are 2 laws there. Law of Yeah, law
Law of conservation of mass.
very good. Law of conservation of mass. Then one more. Law of
Definite proportion.
very good. Law of conservation of mass and law of definite proportion or law of constant proportion. Then, Abin, can you state the law of conservation of mass?
Mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction.
Very good. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Or otherwise, we can restate as the number of atoms of element present on the left hand side must be equal to the number of atoms of elements present on the right hand side. But in this equation, it is balanced or not? Tell me. Case of magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. The equation is balanced or unbalanced?
Unbalanced.
Unbalanced, right? So this law is violated there. And this law is the basis of balanced chemical equations. This law is the basis of balanced chemical equation. Law of conservation of mass. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. That means total mass of the elements present in the product of a chemical reaction equal to the total mass of the elements present in the reactants. Clear? Mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. That means the total mass of elements present in the products of a chemical reaction, it is equal to the total mass of elements present in the reactants. That means how much amount of reactant undergoes a chemical change, it is equal to the amount of product obtained. This is the basis of balanced chemical equation. This is the basis of balanced chemical equation. That means in a balanced chemical equation, the number of atoms of elements present on the left hand side and right hand side or the reactant side and product side must be equal. Clear? This is clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in cases of unbalanced equations, we should convert it into balanced one. Clear? If there is any unbalanced equation is given, you should convert it into balanced one. Before that, we should check whether the equation is balanced or not. Clear? We should convert the unbalanced equations to balanced one. But before that, you should check whether the equation is balanced or not. To check the equation is balanced or not, you have to follow 3 steps. You have to follow 3 steps. The first step, if the equation or the chemical reaction is given in the form of a sentence, you should convert it into word equation. So tell me, what's the word equation when magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide? Gauri, can you tell me the word equation when magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide?
Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide.
Very good. Magnesium plus oxygen, then arrow mark. That means gives magnesium oxide. So if the question is in the form of a sentence, you should write word equation of the particular chemical reaction. Then you should convert it into chemical equation. First step, write the word equation. Second step, convert it into chemical equation. So tell me, what's the chemical equation when magnesium reacts with air to form magnesium oxide? Shania, what's the chemical equation?
Magnesium plus oxygen, magnesium oxide.
Mg plus O2 giving MgO, right? Yeah. Then the third step, examine the number of atoms of different elements on both sides of arrow. Okay, you should examine the number of atoms of each element, okay, on both sides of the arrow. That means the number of element present in the reactant side and the number of element present in the product side. And you should check whether is it same or not. So the first step, write the word equation. Second step, convert it into chemical equation. And the third step, examine the number of atoms of different elements on the both sides of arrow. As the number of atoms of each element is same on both sides, it's a balanced chemical equation. Number of atoms of each element on both sides is same, it's a balanced chemical equation. Otherwise, it is unbalanced chemical equation. Okay. Then Lakshmi Nanda,
Yes, ma'am.
can you read the steps to check whether the equation is balanced?
Write word equations.
Okay.
Convert to chemical equations.
Hmm.
Examine the number of atoms of different elements on both sides of arrow.
Okay.
As the number of atoms of each element is same
Hmm.
on both sides of the arrow, it is balanced chemical equation.
Is this clear for everyone? This is clear. Elsa,
Yes, ma'am.
can you repeat the steps to check whether the equation is balanced?
Write the word equation.
Okay.
Convert to chemical equation.
Convert into chemical equation.
Examine the number of different
Examine the
elements
number of atoms of different elements.
on the both sides of
Okay.
the arrow.
And if the number of atoms on both sides of arrow is equal, it is a which type of-
Balanced.
yeah, balanced chemical equation. Otherwise, it is unbalanced. Okay, clear. So once again, tell me the word equation when magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Karthik, can you tell me the word equation?
Magnesium plus oxygen is equal to
Gives.
magnesium oxide. Gives magnesium oxide.
Okay. Then Srihari,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell me the chemical equation for this particular reaction?
Mg plus O2 gives MgO.
Mg plus O2 giving MgO. Okay. And in this case, that means when magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide, it's unbalanced because the number of atoms present on both sides of this equation is not balanced. Then we are going to check another equation or another chemical reaction. Is it balanced or not? Clear? So you have to write this equation, this chemical reaction. When zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate and hydrogen is formed. You have to write this equation in your book, notebook. When zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate and hydrogen is formed. Finished? Finished.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we can check whether the equation is balanced or not? Okay. The first step. What's the first step?
Word equation.
Which one?
Word equation.
Word equation. So what's the word equation of this particular chemical reaction? Srihari, can you tell me? Word equation.
Zinc plus
Zinc plus
sulfuric acid.
sulfuric acid. Then
Gives zinc sulfate
zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate
plus hydrogen.
plus hydrogen. This is the word equation of the reaction. When zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate and hydrogen is formed. Then what's the second step? What's the second step?
Chemical.
Convert it into chemical equation, right? So what's the chemical equation of this particular reaction?
Zn plus
Zn plus, what's the chemical formula of sulfuric acid?
SO4.
H2SO4.
Yeah, H2SO4. Okay. H2SO4. And it gives zinc sulfate. What's the chemical formula of zinc sulfate?
ZnSO4.
Very good. ZnSO4. Then what about hydrogen?
H2.
H2. Hydrogen also exists as a diatomic molecule. That's why we write H2. Okay. Then the third step. What's the third step? Examine the number of atoms, right? First, you should write these two steps. Then we can check the third step. Finished?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others? Anyone else? Remaining? Okay. So the third step. Third step, examine the number of atoms present on the both sides of equation, right? So you have to write element. Okay. Then number of atoms in reactant. That means LHS. Then number of atoms in product. That is RHS. Okay. Then tell me, which are the elements present in this particular reaction?
Zinc.
Zinc. Only Srihari is responding. What about others? I want answer
Hydrogen.
from everyone. Next one, zinc.
Hydrogen.
Then hydrogen. Okay. Then
Sulfuric acid.
in terms of elements, zinc.
Sulfur.
Yeah, sulfur. Then
Then
one more, oxygen. Then you can tell me number of atoms in reactant. In the case of zinc, how many zinc atoms are there in the reactants?
One.
One. What about product? Sovel?
One.
Okay.
Yes,
Then what about hydrogen? In the reactant side?
Two.
Two. Then what about product side?
2.
2.
2.
Next one, sulfur. How many sulfur are there in the reactant side?
4.
1. 1.
4.
No one.
1.
One.
Only 1 is here. Then product side?
1.
1.
1. What about oxygen? In the reactant
4.
side?
4.
What about product side?
4.
4.
4. Then tell me, is this equation is balanced or unbalanced?
Balanced.
Balance.
Very good. Because
Mass is same on both sides.
very good. The number of atoms of elements present in both sides of equation are same, or otherwise known as mass is same on the both sides of equation. So you can write, therefore, the equation is balanced. You have to write like this. The number of atoms of elements, the number of atoms of elements present on both sides of equation are same. Therefore, this is a balanced chemical equation. Therefore, this is a balanced chemical equation. Clear? Everyone. So once again, tell me which are the steps that helps us to determine whether the equation is balanced or not.
Write the word equation.
Yeah, write the word equation,
Convert to chemical equation.
convert it into chemical equation.
Examine the atoms of elements of both sides.
Elements on both sides.
Okay, examine the number of atoms present on both sides of the equation, and if it is same, it is a balanced chemical equation. Otherwise, it is unbalanced chemical equation. Clear? And in this case, when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen, is it a balanced chemical equation or unbalanced chemical equation?
Balanced, ma'am.
Balanced chemical equation. So I think it's clear for everyone. Do you have any doubt? Devasena, Ashik, Shania, Elna Rose, Ahlam Fatima, Arun, everyone switch on your videos. Then tell me, what about the magnesium? In the case of magnesium, reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Is it a balanced one or unbalanced one?
Unbalanced.
Unbalanced, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Stone, can you tell me why that particular equation is unbalanced? What about the number of atoms on both sides of equation? Is it same? In the case of magnesium, reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Tell me, Sean, is it same? I can't hear. You check your device. Okay. Minha, can you tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it balanced or unbalanced when magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide?
It is unbalanced.
Yeah, it's an unbalanced chemical equation. And what about when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen? Justin, is it balanced or unbalanced? Justin,
Yes, ma'am.
is it balanced or unbalanced? Zinc reacts with sulfuric acid. That we done now.
Balance.
Balance. Do you have any doubt regarding this to check whether the equation is balanced or unbalanced?
No, ma'am.
No. So tell me, what do you mean by a chemical reaction? Geraldine, chemical reaction.
Whenever a chemical change occurs, we can say a chemical reaction has taken place.
Okay. Can you say the definition of chemical reaction?
A chemical reaction or a chemical change either by bond breaking or bond.
Yeah. Chemical reactions are chemical change in which reactants are converted to products either by bond making or bond breaking, right? Shania, can you repeat the definition of chemical reaction once again? Shania.
This
Chemical reaction is a physical change or chemical change? Tell me.
chemical
Yeah, chemical change in which
in which it is breaking the bond.
yeah, bond making or bond breaking. Before that, what is converted into what?
Reactants is converted into
Products. Either by bond making or bond breaking. Okay. Elsa, can you tell me the definition of chemical reaction once again?
Chemical reactions are chemical changes
Hmm.
in which reactants is converted to products
Hmm.
neither by bond making or bond breaking.
Okay, I think now it's clear for everyone. And tell me, what do you mean by a reactant? What do you mean by a reactant? Gauri, can you tell me?
A substance that undergoes a chemical change is called a reactant.
A substance that undergoes a chemical change during a chemical reaction is called a reactant. Then what about products? Jesslyn,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you mean by a product?
Ashik Joshi, where are you? Don't put your photo all the time. When you put your photo, we don't know what you are doing. Okay,
My video is already on.
it's on, but you are putting your photo. No? You are not to be seen. So you show yourself, not your photo. Okay. Now the chairman has told you, if your videos are not on, your own videos, you will not get attendance.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, Jesslyn, tell me. What do you mean by a product?
What we get from reactant is called product.
Okay, what we get from reactant or otherwise new substance formed during a reaction, it is known as product. So tell me, which are the reactants when magnesium and oxygen reacts to form magnesium oxide? Karthik, which are the reactants?
Ma'am, magnesium and oxygen.
Okay, magnesium and oxygen. Then Kshetra, can you tell me which is the product in this particular reaction?
Magnesium oxide.
Very good, magnesium oxide. And what about when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen, right? Which are the reactants in this particular reaction? Elsa, can you tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Which are the reactants when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen? Which are the reactants? Zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Which are the reactants?
Zinc and sulfuric acid.
Very good. Zinc and sulfuric acid. And which are the products, Lakshmi Nanda?
Zinc sulfate plus hydrogen.
Zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Then once again, can you tell me which all observation helps to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place? Emrin, which all observations helps to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place?
Write down the word equation.
Note that one. What all observations helps to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place? Change in, example, change in state, right? Like that.
Color changing.
Yeah, change in color. Then change in state, change in color. Then what all changes? Change in temperature. Then okay, precipitate. Sriram,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell me what all changes or what all observation helps to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place?
Evolution of gas,
Evolution of gas,
change in shape,
change in shape, change in state.
change in state,
Then
change in temperature,
change in temperature,
change in color,
change in color. One more point. Formation of precipitate. Okay, formation of precipitate. Abin, can you repeat this observations once again?
Change in state,
Change in state,
change in color,
change in color,
change in temperature,
change in temperature,
evolution of gas,
evolution of gas.
formation of precipitate.
Very good. Formation of precipitate. So these 5 are the main observations helps to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place. And the simplest way to write a chemical reaction is, tell me, which is the simplest way to write a chemical reaction?
By a chemical equation.
Yeah, chemical equation. First we write word equation, then chemical equation. Then tell me which are the steps to determine whether a chemical reaction as balanced or unbalanced. Geraldine?
If we want to check the chemical reaction balanced or unbalanced, the first step is write the word equation.
Write word equation.
Second, write convert to chemical equation.
Convert to chemical equation.
Then
Third step.
Examine the number of atoms on both sides of the atom.
Examine the number of atoms present on both sides. If it is same, it is balanced. Otherwise, it is unbalanced. Then we can learn the remaining portions in the next class. Okay. All of you read the portions and learn the portions very well. Okay. Thank you all. See you in the next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.